Hello everyone, and welcome to English Story Radio channel. Today, I'm excited to share an English story with you. If you enjoy this story and want to see more like it, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way, you'll be the first to know when I upload new content. Without further ado, let's get started. Benny had always loved living in the forest. He enjoyed the fresh air, the beautiful flowers, and the delicious fruits that grew on the trees. He was a curious little rabbit, and loved to explore every corner of the forest. He would spend hours hopping from one place to another, discovering new things and making new friends. One day, Benny was playing hide and seek with his friends when he heard a loud bang. He froze in fear, not knowing what was happening. He looked around and saw other animals running in different directions. Some were flying, some were crawling, and some were jumping. Benny didn't know what to do, but he knew he had to run. Benny ran as fast as he could until he reached his burrow. He hid inside and waited, listening to the sounds of the forest. He heard more bangs and knew that something bad was happening. His mother came to him and explained that hunters had come to the forest, and that they were after rabbits like him. Benny was scared, but he knew he had to be brave. His mother told him to stay hidden in the burrow until the hunters left. Benny didn't like being cooped up in the burrow. He wanted to play with his friends, but he knew he had to be careful. Days passed, and Benny became more and more afraid. He couldn't stand the thought of being caught by the hunters. He was always looking over his shoulder, checking to see if anyone was following him. He stopped playing with his friends and spent most of his time in the burrow. One day, Benny decided that he had had enough. He didn't want to live in fear anymore. He decided to go out and find a way to get rid of the hunters. He knew he couldn't do it alone, so he went to the wise old owl for advice. The owl was perched on a branch of a nearby tree, looking wise and majestic. Benny approached the owl and asked for help. The owl looked at Benny with his big round eyes and said, "You're a smart little rabbit, Benny. I think you already know what you need to do. You need to make the hunters understand that rabbits are not their enemies." Benny was confused. He didn't know how to make the hunters understand. The owl saw the confusion in Benny's eyes and said, "You need to talk to them, Benny. You need to tell them that rabbits are not dangerous, and that they only want to live peacefully in the forest." Benny thought about what the owl had said and decided to give it a try. He left the burrow and headed towards the hunters' camp. He knew it was a dangerous thing to do, but he had to try. As Benny approached the hunters' camp, he saw them sitting around a fire, drinking and talking loudly. They didn't notice him at first, but when they did, they were surprised to see a rabbit walking towards them. They grabbed their guns, ready to shoot Benny. Benny didn't stop. He walked right up to the hunters and said, "Please don't shoot me. I just want to talk to you." The hunters were surprised to hear a rabbit talking to them, but they were also curious. They lowered their guns and listened to what Benny had to say. Benny explained that rabbits were not dangerous, and that they only wanted to live peacefully in the forest. He told them that he and his friends loved playing and exploring, but that they were afraid of being caught by the hunters. The hunters were moved by Benny's words. They had never thought of rabbits as anything other than prey. They realized that they had been wrong all along, and that rabbits were just like any other animal in the forest. The hunters decided to stop hunting rabbits and other small animals. They put down their guns and decided to befriend the rabbits. Benny was overjoyed to hear this and knew that his plan had worked. The hunters and rabbits started spending time together. They would sit around the campfire, talk and laugh, and even share food. Benny was happy to see that he and his friends could now play in the forest without fear. The hunters soon realized that they had been missing out on so much by only hunting animals. They started to explore the forest more and learn about all the different animals and plants that lived there. They became good friends with the rabbits and even helped them find new places to play and explore. Benny and his friends were thrilled to have made such good friends. They never imagined that they would befriend the hunters who had once hunted them. Benny knew that it was his bravery and determination that had brought about this change. In the end, Benny and his friends were happy, and so were the hunters. They all lived peacefully in the forest, and Benny became a legend among the animals. He had shown them that sometimes, even the most dangerous enemies can become friends if we are brave enough to try. Benny continued to explore the forest, make new friends, and enjoy his life to the fullest. He knew that he had made a difference in the forest, and that he had helped create a better world for everyone.